Hi, I'm going to be showing you this new synth patch that I made. I've called it the Ligeti Synth, and I've based it on the sounds of Ligeti and Penderecki. And I built it in Surge Synth, and it looks like that, which all Surge patches look like, but it sounds like this. And yeah, that's kind of Penderecki, but if you go down to the lower octaves, you can listen to there you go. So like, how does it work? Well, I'll show you. A lot of it's to do with the reverb at the end, but mainly, let's close this off. It is a patch which is basically, let's turn everything off. I'm using this patch for a scene in Den Mother Crimson, which is a movie that I'm scoring, and yeah, they wanted a sound like Ligeti and Penderecki, and I didn't want to use violins or string sections. I can't afford a real one, and I didn't want to use sample libraries because they just sound bad, or you know, it's like the Penderecki sample packs, they've all been used, and like you hear them in movies and stuff, and media, you just hear them, you recognize them after a bit, and it's like, yeah, I know that sample library. So the idea was to build a sound like that from scratch. So here we go. It's basically a modern waveform which sounds kind of stringy. It's basically the modern wavetable on Surge Synth, and it sounds like this. So we have a very kind of basic kind of it sounds very kind of stringy. It's made up of like combination of sawtooth, pulse, triangle, waves, and you can move them around till they sound right to you. So that is what it starts out as, and then we get an LFO, right? And this LFO is going to change the amplitude of this random pitch generator. So this is going to be changing the pitch of the note randomly. So this LFO is going at 18 hertz, and it changes the amplitude of the pitch of the note played. So if you have the amplitude set to 0, it does nothing at all. But if you turn the amplitude up even a tiny little bit, let's go at like 2%. Here it start going wobbly, and then let's go up to 15%. So it's just random up and down with pitch, and the higher you go, the more the pitch difference is. So if you want to turn the amplitude up full, there's going to be like an octave difference between all the notes. So basically, the higher this amplitude, the more random the pitch is. So that starts off there, get to the middle, and then by the end, it's just completely everywhere. Okay, but it doesn't sound. It doesn't sound. It sounds cool, but it doesn't. Yeah, it sounds cool, but it doesn't sound like. It doesn't sound like Ligeti or Penderecci. It doesn't sound like anything other than just random bleeps. Thanks, Bevels. Okay. Okay, Bevels. There's that guy. That's enough. That's enough composing for you. So the next thing to do is to add reverb, and that's pretty much it. So I got two different reverbs here. Reverb Suite Classic. We've got one set to, it's got 7 seconds of reverb. That's a lot of reverb. That's one reverb. Let's turn the limiter on actually. And we got a second reverb that actually has right automation, so that the wetness, or I can't remember, no. So the width of the reverb changes over time. So this one has automation and a slightly different setting for the reverb. It's still another 7 seconds of reverb. There's a lot of reverb going on. And then finally we got some EQ just to make things pop. So it just sounds a little bit like the mid-range is a little bit weak there. It doesn't sound like a. It does sound very much like violins now. Just to give you a quick idea of what it's going to sound like as a piece.